Hello, welcome to Trains and Viatic. Do I have a correct thing? Hello, and welcome to Trains and Viatic. And yes, I can see audio coming. So, hello, and welcome to another live stream. I know I look funny at the moment. That's because I don't have my green screen quite set up properly. I think it's not at all set up whatsoever properly. So, how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing well. Good evening, Damien. Nice to have you there, like normal. So let's get on with the stream. So, which button is it today? It is that one, I think. So, the first job I need to do is open the advent calendar. So, let's see who we get today. And day 8's just there. So let's go and see who I get today. So we get this man. I think he could be a window cleaner. He could be scaling a rock. He could be doing anything. But he looked like quite a groovy dude. Please note, I don't encourage this, but he looked like he could be hanging onto the train. I really don't encourage anyone to do something like that, hanging onto the train. So I'll put him just at the back. I'll put him somewhere where we get today's jobs done. Cheers for that, Damien. I'll have a look to see what's going on. Let's see. So, settings, stream, output stream. That might improve it. YouTube is saying my bitrate is a bit slow, so I'll need to have a play with that at some point. Hi, Alan. If I just go and log onto my tablet, I can just see what's going on. So, give me a moment and I'll get this done. Are you on 4G? That could be it. I'm having less warnings than I used to. Hi, Nick Foster. So, yep. What does that say? I don't have any drop frames, so everything's looking good at my side, apart from my green screen. So this is our chap for today. Could be a window cleaner, could be a rock scaler, could be somebody climbing a wall to break into the bank. Now that could be an interesting idea. I think bank robber could be quite an interesting one today. Use for him. Okay, so I'll put him to one side. Make sure he doesn't escape anywhere. And just quickly run through where we are. So this is our double wagon coach, which is a coach of two sides. So we've got lights around this side, just one side, and then lights along and along. The battery thing that came with it was this one, which can't even fit in there. But I visited my friends at Alton Model, where he sold these ones, which are a bit thinner. And if I do it the right way around, it does go in somehow. I will need to just trim the little corners off the head, I think. Let's do that now. So just clip the corners off. Clip the corners off. And it fits in there nicely now, so I know I need to make sure to keep my hands out of the way, so that's one thing that was sorted. And I just need to solder these wires together now. So that one's just about done. I'll put that at the back. This one I need to do more soldering to, and as we have drilled for holes for the lights, but I haven't fit them yet. So, and that hole, I need a bigger hole, so this is almost there. So, again, just need a little bit of soldering. As long as I get done at uni earliest tomorrow, I should get both of those two ready for final assembly. But we're still left with one problem. This chap. Painted really nice, or is it even paint? Look really nice, but there's no lights. We got lights on the Coca-Cola truck. We have directional lights on the train. Hi, London International. But he doesn't have any lights yet. First thing is, how am I going to power him? When I cut into the wires on this, which will be those two wires, just there, I'm also going to put two feeds from this hanging out. So I'm then going to use some wires. Do I have them over here? These wires here. So if I cut them in half, I can then have them leading from here into here. So that will give me trap power into this wagon. And for the latecomers, this is the person in for Advent Calendar today. Really nice chap. He does look a little bit dodgy, so I think I'm going to have him as a bank robber, as I like that kind of scene in my layout. So I need a screwdriver to start off with. I did think of having pickups on the wheels, but these are plastic wheels, and that would just take too long to actually do everything, as I'm wanting to move on to the next lots of projects about Tuesday. So, grab my screwdriver and just unclip the body off. And there's a nice inner shell in there. And then we got these to stick on. Bought these from Amazon. and some of them are already dodgy. So I got 40 of these all together, but I think I'm just going to do a few on each side. So I reckon if I do a small hole, I should then be able to feed it through. But as I don't want to damage that, I'll first of all practice on this tub. Find for appropriate screw bit, drill bit, that's a correct word. As my thoughts are put the light in and then feed it through, then stick it in place. So I'm going to start off with my biggest bit, and I'm trying to remember to do it on camera. I'm starting to think I'm just going to put the lights on one side. So that as I'm only ever going to see it from one side. So got that hole there. Let's see how well this works. And it doesn't, so I could go for a large hole somewhere and then have all the wires feeding through that way. That might be the other way of doing that. As a problem I have is all of them should be fitted with a resistor. So let's change my drill bit to my big one. So stick that on, just check that time. Doing on there okay. If I do that and then do that, get rid of my face, stop scaring everybody off. So I'm going to put a hole in just underneath the top. And then I can feed through, so this is quite thick plastic. So that hole isn't too obvious. Let me just click there so I can make sure that I'm not missing anything. But that hole should be big enough to fit these resistors through, which it is. I know each time I feed one through, it's going to get tighter and tighter. So stick that on there like that, and just have a nice row along the top. So I'll be using my favourite super glue again. Be careful when you use super glue, as it can be very, very sticky. And make sure not to stick yourself or anyone else to your super glue. This is a quick setting super glue, but you just need to get it into position properly. And so I'll just use a cocktail stick and then just hold it. I do have some stuff that set super glue instantaneously, but it doesn't, it's not good for you, so I'm trying not to use it. So that's almost stuck in. One thing to be aware of with super glue is it will remove the paint. And that's really not wanting to glue today. So that's going to make this even more harder today. So I think the rest of these, with how long it's taking, I might do off camera so that tomorrow we can assemble everything and power it up. But one last thing I need to show you, apart from our bank robbery we got today. If the camera wants to focus. Yeah, last thing I want to show you before I give up with gluing this today. Yeah, I'm going to worry about that off camera and then let you know how it goes. It's a decoder I'm going to be using. This is a Batman 8-pin decoder. 0.9 amps, 4 function, which is much more than I need. And you then go and get all the instructions. So let me zoom out and we can see all the information about it. But the nice thing with this is it's actually an ESU chip. So let me just cut this out. And cut that off there. And this is a decoder. Nice and simple. What I'm going to do is quickly test this up in Viettit on one of my testers. Then chop the end off and wire it in. So few little soldering jobs, and I think I might press that button and that button so we can have a Ghost Richard up. So I'm going to call it a day for today, as this glue is being much more awkward than I was planning. So I'll see you tomorrow at the same time. If you haven't entered the competition, remember to enter the competition. The information is down below. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Richard.